Hey everyone, it's Ross from Mythic Mountains RPG Play Club. This is a new series showcasing OSRIC, the old school reference and index compendium, one of the best retro clones and tools for running the venerable first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Not only that, but we're running the incredible TSR module in one against the cult of the Reptile God. Like, subscribe, and share if you wish. And we hope that you enjoy, and welcome to our adventure. Something is wrong. They're the lands where the fates were tested long ago. Against the Flyness, the free peoples of Greyhawk. An evil power rises. Heroes and adventurers will travel to these lands to find and stop this evil. But are they already too late? All right, welcome back, everybody, to the town of Orlane now. Tim, you're our group caller. Could you tell us what has happened so far? What happened last time?
Well, we got some rumors about the sort of sinister vibe around the area, around Orlane, and so when we approached the town, we first came in, saw a little girl on the porch, who then immediately fled inside, leaving her butter churn. We then passed quite a few abandoned houses and kind of found, I think it was the Golden Grain Inn, which is sort of an inn and tavern. Went in. His name was not Baxter. It's the innkeeper, Bertrand. Yeah, and he was a very what we later discovered was almost a mechanically programmed message greeting us to this inn and offering us if we wanted a drink, and I bought a round of
You mean because
beer.
he just like repeated it word for word to somebody else?
Yeah. When I say I mean like it was like as if it was a automated message. He just blurted it out. We didn't know that when we first heard him. It was when later on we discovered that. But anyway, so I ordered a round of beer for the party, and we rented rooms, and then in order to take care of the horses, we sought out a stable hand. He was a very fidgety young boy, teenager, and we ultimately decided, you're not really cut out for this. And then we kind of walked around the tavern, and there we saw through a window, saw the chef with preparing meals, but also had some unusual alchemical equipment. And we ultimately forget who was that kind of sensed that something was amiss from the ale that we had drunk, and they proceeded to initiate an attack on the chef to get information about or get the antidote, and we ended up having to put him to sleep, put him in manacles, and we had previously passed an abandoned outhouse on the side of the tavern, and we threw him down there, and not quite sure what his status is. And then we also had the several of us, or I think all of us, that had drank beer violently retched at drinking this antidote, but had been realized, after the fact that we too had been poisoned. And so in the cook's chamber, we ended up going down a series of stairs into an abandoned basement. While searching the basement, we found a secret door that led into a small meeting chamber that had a ladder back upstairs, either into the inn or somewhere else. We're not quite sure. We didn't go up there, but we found another door at the exit, and we found a door, opened it, hearing the sound of scurrying rats, sounding like they were being pursued by something slithering. And that is kind of where we ended the session, where we are right now.
Yes. Indeed. You inspected the sconces on the walls in the previous room. It's a dank, musty, and seemingly disused cellar for this tavern, but one of the sconces, you were able to move it, and it opened up a stone passageway into a much better kept meeting space, as you described. At the end of it is this door, and you open that. When you open the door, you saw here on the other side of the door a natural cavern. This cavern is it's shored every 5 feet in intervals with heavy timbers on the walls and the ceiling which support it. The ceiling here is only 6 feet tall in the cavern space. So I said it was natural. I apologize. It seems like some work has been done here. Either it's unfinished or it leads into some other place. And it's short enough where you all have all your equipment on you. Some of you, your bedrolls, your arrow bags, you have to kind of stoop to keep them from catching on things that are hanging. And the floor here is just it's just dirt, and there's it smells like decay and must, and it's unusually cold. Like, not just like cavern cold, like room temperature, but all of a sudden you open the door and you're met with a strong chill. And anyways, on the other side of the door are the corpses of rats, some of which have been chomped basically in two. And yeah, you open the door and other rats scurry, and you hear something slithering across the dirt floor, off echoing in the distance somewhere. You can see the path winding its way ahead into the dark from your lantern light. Real quick question about your lantern. Was it a hooded lantern or a bullseye lantern?
Was it a lantern or did I light a torch?
It was a torch, I thought.
My bad.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was a lantern. Okay.
Does somebody have a lantern? I mean, I have a torch. Or have torches, but.
All right. What do you all do?
I'm gonna suggest we all, draw whatever weapon they have in case we get jumped by something, and let's.
If I may interject, I think last time we each positioned ourselves into this, like, tactically in this space.
Okay. I don't remember the order of march, but I'll take your word for it. So when an encounter occurs and I give you the direction, you can tell me who's there. But yeah. What? Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. So I think we're gonna, kind of begin moving into the cave.
Okay.
And then, okay. So I see this upcoming kind of like this fork in the two passages branching off. Can we tell which way more noise is coming from? From either passage?
You don't hear any noise now except the scurrying of rats in small holes along the floor and the walls. Do you want to try to take the time to listen ahead?
Well, the other thing I was gonna say is, would either or me or Tomato, what is your character's name? I'm sorry, I don't remember. We're both rangers, right? So
Yeah. So, sorry.
Are there any signs of like slither marks that we could track
That's a class feature, right? You roll a D100 to track, and then it's based on the terrain and things like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Give me just the basic, and I'll roll it in secret here. Well, no,
I think
actually,
since we're not outdoors, I think it would be, yes, we have a base 65 chance in urban or dungeon settings. Again, modified by
65.
your
okay.
assessment of the local
Yeah.
conditions.
Let's start with just that. Hey, you might roll a 0-0, right? So you guys can roll, and actually, you all can roll it. I don't know how I mean, that wouldn't be secret. Sorry.
Is this the 100 or is it? Oh, 62. So I think I think so. But because I'm a ranger too, do I get to roll 2?
Yeah.
Or are we rolling 1? Like, so I get another chance at rolling 100.
We want to roll low, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we are looking for 65. So like 35 or less.
We'll see.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
At least under 65. Better, lower is better. And that
Ooh.
24 sounds good.
Yeah.
See, so we
All
don't,
right.
we don't even know. That's my philosophy: is let's roll, and then like if it's a 24, I don't need to worry about it. I'm not going to look at a chart. Okay. So, all right. Yes, you are able to see tracks, and there's a couple of things. First of all, it's pretty obvious to you what that sliding noise was and what happened to the rats. You're able to kind of tell from the rat, and then based on the soil, which is soft, and so it shows it. There are huge snakes down here, huge snakes, and
Awesome.
that's what that is. The other thing that is definitely down here is a human-shaped foot. So, and when I say foot, I mean barefoot, as in not wearing shoes.
Is it normal sized?
Yes, and those seem to go to the southeast, and the indications of a really large snake seem to go to the southwest.
Do we have anybody have any preference for one or the other path?
I'd have a preference of not getting bit by something poisonous, so probably south.
Southwest? Okay.
All right.
You mean southeast?
Yeah, southeast.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
Then it comes to this path. Yeah, those footmarks though, they continue this way.
Okay. And that would be which way I would say let's track.
Yeah.
Follow that.
Okay.
Interesting that it's barefoot though.
Who's in the back of the party? I would say, let's make sure we're.
I think the mage is at the back, but do we want to like switch like one major at front and one ranger at front and then one ranger at the back?
I think that would be probably a good idea.
Yeah, so that we don't get jumped.
Kind of watching the back, because we know there's snakes in this tunnel. They could hear us moving and, decide that's we're their next meal. So.
All right, I'll stay back. I'll be at the back.
So yeah, we will continue.
Okay. Let's see here.
Now, when it comes to infravision, basically, as long as that torch is going, it's pretty much blown out, right?
That's right. Yeah, they can't be at the same time. Remember that. Yeah. Why? What are you thinking?
No, just things to keep in mind. Both the halfling and the elf, if we get far enough ahead, we have really good sneaking around, surprising abilities for like scouting ahead and that kind of thing.
Do you all want
Not
to
that.
kind of go ahead of the party? I mean,
Well, no, I'm just throwing that out there. As the squishy mage, I don't necessarily know that's what I want to do,
yeah, well,
but
that's
it's a possibility for us.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
If you've got that kind of courage, I'll support it. But you know,
All right. Yeah. So you're going to maintain your
nominate
current
Chimes.
order of march, or are you going to send people ahead?
I mean,
All right, let's keep going.
yeah.
So we
I
have a
mean,
reason
I
to.
you know, I mean, because it's like we can't, you know, the humans can't see in the dark. So, you know, if you don't get to make a noise, we might not know you've been. So
They died silently.
okay, so we're coming up to another fork and
Hold on. Let me.
okay.
Yeah. That way I can all right. Let's see here. You make it about this far. And let's see here. Stygar, please roll a d6. Three. Just a moment.
And Ross, for what it's worth, on surprise, as a ranger, I'm only surprised on a roll of 1 and 6, and I surprise on a roll of 1 to 3 on d6.
Nice. Yeah, thank you. That's helpful. All right. All right. You get about this far, and then you hear noises. Hold on, I got a crazy thing coming up. Okay. The footpaths continue this direction, and at the edge of your torchlight, in the darkness, you can hear growling noises. And as you're coming down this pathway, as soon as you hear them, they start to grow louder. And then in the dark, you can hear all of a sudden shuffling, quick, feverish shuffling as whatever it is that's out there past your torchlight is coming towards you. What do you do?
Let's see. I'm trying to see if we're tactically in a good spot, or if we want to move up some more.
How wide is the corridor here?
It's very narrow. It's uncomfortable. 5 feet in places.
Yeah. Okay.
It's narrowed since that this is probably more of like a natural reservoir or something that the water is cut out.
Are we able to be 2 abreast, or is it just single file?
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think at 5 you can be 3 abreast, if I recall correctly.
Oh, okay.
Assuming you have piercing weapons. But if somebody's swinging something around, yeah, probably 2. Yeah. So what are you forming up? Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, and with that, something.
I think I would like to go up to the front now, to get ready, as a front line.
Okay.
I'll make room for him.
Okay. And with that, there are creatures that come into view at the edge of your torchlight.
Oh.
And please declare if you're casting any spells and what your plan is. And each of your actions. Stygar?
I'm going to be ready to attack with my axe.
Okay. All right, so you're gonna hold.
Yes,
okay.
I'm going to hold, yeah.
Okay. Chimes?
I'm gonna ready my sling.
All right, so you're gonna hold as well. All right.
Yep.
And Teroniel.
I can throw daggers, but that's about it. I think they're probably too far away right now.
Okay. And Tyrael.
what's the control? Like, how do we check the distances?
They are 30 feet away.
30 feet. So let me check. I would like to ready my axe, my hand axe, and yeah, to get prepared.
Okay, so you want to hold as well. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see here. And then lastly, Edmund.
One question. These things, do they look like what I see them? Like, are they like corpses? Do they look undead?
Yeah, they absolutely do. They look they look like things that were once people.
All right, I'm gonna try and cast Turn Undead.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you know what segment that takes place in?
No.
All right. If you could look that up, help me out. I'm sure it takes place later
Yeah.
in the combat. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. And then Stygar, roll a d6, please.
Okay.
And I'm switching to public.
Ugh.
All right. Mine is 5. Yours is 4. You are able to act on the 4th segment. All right. So let's see. That means you are able to act first. Does anything happen before that, though? I don't think anybody was doing any ranged attacks, and I don't think Turn Undead is going to happen before the 4th segment, right? No? Okay. In that case, you all are choosing to hold your action later in the initiative, right? Okay.
Right.
They're gonna.
I chose. Yeah, I definitely did.
All right. They are going to charge, but only 2 of them are going to be able to make it to where they can attack.
Can I ask something? So,
Yeah.
like, because I'm holding, and when they get to about 10 feet, can I like fire my missile, or does that not work like that?
It does not, but
Okay,
something similar is going to happen for the people in the front line, which is because they charged, you will, I think, get a chance to attack. My GM screen has failed me there, so I'm quickly bringing that up. It's not too complicated. All right, charging. They charge forward, and then sorry, on my end that is a bit much. There we go. Let's see. You get to attack them if you have a long weapon. Basically, if you had like a spear prepared or something like that. A hand axe, no. And then it's going to change some of the stuff when you do attack them if you do. Okay. So
excuse me, but the hand axe is a missile weapon though.
Yeah, I don't think you have to have a longer weapon in melee in order to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, if you had attacked at the top of the round, but I think you were out of range, if I recall correctly, for a hand axe.
Yep.
So you're going to use it as a melee weapon, right? Or you're going to use your other melee weapon, your two-handed.
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna use my two-handed weapon. I was thinking of ready to throw it.
I think within 5 feet you can't use a two-handed sword, if I recall correctly. I think you have to have a full grid. But you can use your hand axe. Okay.
Okay, then hand axe it is.
Okay. Let's see here. So, they charge. They get a +2 to hit on their attack. 2 of them do. They're going to attack the front line from right to left. Who is the person on the front left and the holding the front of the line? Let's see. Let me get rid of this. Just be whoever's up front.
Yeah, I mean, put me on the left. I'll be left-handed.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay.
And I'll be on the right.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I need this. Oof. It sucks. Okay, here we go. +2. Oh, I should put the target AC in. Okay. For the person on the right, Stilgar, it hits AC 9. Does that hit?
No, I have AC 6.
Nice. Okay. It gets its other 2 attacks.
Oof.
What about AC 0? I think that hits.
That will hit.
And I think the next one misses. Okay. So it does to Stilgar 2 points of damage and save versus paralysis.
Oh, yeah. Wait, let me sway paralysis. There we go. Oh!
Oh no. Stilgar's paralyzed. Okay. Meanwhile, for Tyrael. Let's see here. Tyrael. Oh yeah, I remember your AC is 5. We looked at that. Let's see. Let me resolve the rest of the attacks. Three, 1, and 9. So let's see. 3, 5, 6. All right. Tyrael, you take 6 points of damage. Save versus paralysis.
No need. I have a starting hit point of 6.
Very well. You go unconscious. Yes, for now. Okay. And no one else could. The rest cannot get there in that turn. So that brings us to the people holding their melee attacks. Unless Nostromo, did you find out what segment Turn Undead goes off on?
No. I just found the... Where is it? Because it's in a weird place.
All right. Let us know. We'll get back to you. Meanwhile, the people that held their melee, you can now attack. If you
I'm
were
paralyzed, so I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only I suppose whoever is left on the front line.
Now I can throw, considering one of them is dead, or not dead, but down, and the other is paralyzed, that I can probably throw something past them.
I agree with that.
I have holy water.
Oh, okay. What
I
I
need
can't
to-
remember. I think that just does damage to undead, right?
2d4.
Great.
2d4.
All right.
I don't know if there's a roll to hit, or because they're just right there in front of us, or how do you want to handle that?
That makes sense to me in the same way that you might use a flask or other thing as a thrown weapon.
Now I've dexterity 17, so I've got a +2 on missile attacks.
Nice.
22.
There we go. All
A
right.
natural 20.
Roll for damage. 4.
That could have gone better, but oh well.
Is holy water area of effect, or is it just one target?
I don't know. Yeah, I think if I have to rule, though, I would say that unless it's being used in some way as a trap or device, then it's just a target. That's how I would rule it otherwise. Let's see here. I can't change it. Okay, I'll just keep track of it. All right. All right. It hisses in pain as it burns its chaos and evil infused flesh. Is anyone else able to act?
Well, I had a sling ready, but I'm having trouble equipping it or like putting
Oh.
ammo in it?
Yeah, no problem. Just chuck a d20.
All right, let's see. Oh. Oh, okay, I figured it out. I think. There we go.
That hits armor class 2. That hits.
Nice.
And I think that you can use a sling. Is it just
Two
once?
times around.
2 times.
well-
Yeah.
Well, actually, let me see. OSRIC might be different because
We'll go ahead and resolve that attack though, because we're at the end of the initiative. Other than turn undead, so you can attack again.
Okay.
AC 6. They are AC 6.
Oh.
Three. So you did a total of 5 damage.
5 damage, yeah.
This one is shattered finally. All right. Let's see. Turn undead. Did you?
I just searched through and I can't find turn undead associated with the word segment anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Me neither.
interesting. Well, we're at the end of the initiative, and that makes sense for a spell, anyways. So, go ahead and roll for it. I can tell you that these are 2 hit dice undead monsters.
It's cataloged by type
Oh, okay. My bad. See, this is where I'm.
or by name, but I don't know what these are.
These are ghouls who are PFE and undead.
Okay, Ghoul type 3, and we are level 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
you
that
need a
is
13 or better, right?
yes, 13 or better, and it can. How many of these guys are? 3?
There are 2 left. The other one's dead or destroyed.
Oh. All right.
If you affect them, 2d6 creatures are affected by the turn undead.
Yeah.
So,
There's no need to roll then, right? That's
Yeah, because you can't roll less than 2, right? So.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. They flee.
3 or more. 13 or more. No, I failed
What? Oh no.
by 1.
Oh no. Okay. All right.
Wait,
Let's see.
does wisdom modify this thing?
Yeah, I don't remember wisdom modifying that other than
No. it
yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Back to the top. Spells and actions. Let's see. Stygar is paralyzed. Chimes.
Another sling.
Okay.
And by the
do
way,
we
I
want to do
checked.
that, or do we want to try to get out of here? Because the 2 frontliners that can tank us are both down, and it just leaves a squishy mage, a thief, and a cleric.
That's fair.
I can and I will heal them next round.
Okay. So you're declaring
Okay.
cure light wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, they're down, right? They're on the floor.
I'm
That's what I mean.
pretty healthy. I'm just paralyzed. I can't move.
Yeah, but as far as I remember, I think healing also gets rid of paralysis. I think I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think so.
No, remove paralysis is a separate spell, I believe.
Yeah. You could take a look
Well,
at it. Look. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll start dragging Tygar back the way we came.
Okay, so you're gonna try to get out of here. That's the plan? And then while I look for that, Nostromo, take a look at Cure Light Wounds. I think they're right in this one. I don't think in this one it removes paralysis. I could be wrong.
Yeah, at least I know
That would be
that's
nice.
the case in BX.
Okay. If I recall correctly, I think the problem here is, what is horrific, is these things are much faster than you.
Oh.
If I recall correctly, that makes trying.
Has a speed of 12.
Yeah. So I don't.
If I want to bravely run away.
I think if you leave your allies, I think that's the only way that you can flee.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be. The only other thing you can do is you can. What is it? Gosh dang it! It's you can do a fighting retreat and start moving back as you drag them. Well, you only have 2 left. If you have any spells or anything that you could, or any tricks.
I've got 1 more holy water.
Oh.
And daggers, but daggers only do 1d4 damage against something like this.
Can you do multiple turn attempts if you fail? Or is that just once per encounter?
In all the other older editions, it never specifies.
Okay.
So I don't know. Let's go ahead. Turn undead just seems too important. So let's go ahead and look that up. What does it say about turn undead?
About what?
Turn undead. It's too important to this encounter. Turn undead. Turning the undead.
It's on page 124.
Because if it's a spell, that's a whole other thing. 124.
It's kind of an ability.
And table's on 124, but the kind of the text is on the page before it. It doesn't say if you can do it again. It just or can't do it again.
Yeah. Now, yeah, in other games it never specifies, and then some
I'm sorry.
people...
No. It does. I'm sorry. If the cleric fails, no further attempt may be made during this encounter.
Oh,
that's the last.
God. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, that's brutal.
Unless, yeah.
Wow.
So unless somebody can help me out or correct me on the evasion, I think if they are faster than you, you're either in combat and you have to fight your way out, including with fighting withdrawal, or I will. It is obvious if you leave them a tasty snack, you can flee. But I don't think you can take a 110-pound body of armor and equipment and drag them out and outrun these things. I don't think that's, the math. You're already at movement rate 90. So,
What is the fighting retreat? How does that work?
Yeah, fighting retreat. It says that you can retreat backwards out of combat, maintaining your defense, and you can't attack on your turn, but you can parry. You can take the parry action. They can choose to follow you. So basically, you can move, not incur a hit, not attack, take the parry action, and move at your regular movement speed. And I'll assume between the remaining survivors that you can. I'm especially thinking of the magic user because they usually don't carry as much. You can drag or carry someone, but it's just that will be all that you could do other than parry, if you can parry. So, yeah, which do you do? Do you leave your allies and flee? Or do you do a fighting retreat?
So here's what I'm thinking. We can move and then
Or
do
fight,
something.
of course.
Because if I can move back 20 feet, I can throw another holy water, and maybe, I don't know. Here's a question: if I throw a holy water and have it land on Stilgar, would they still eat him?
Yeah, probably. I mean, they're not smart.
Water.
Yeah, you could sacrifice maybe one and then make it painful for them and delay them. Is the intention to just delay them and then get Tyrael and the rest out?
Yeah, I mean that's sort of what I want to do. Is just, I mean, I don't think we can beat all. I don't think we can beat. Well, if we're lucky, we could beat 2 of them in this round if we were good with all of our rolls. But if we're not good with all of our rolls, I think someone else is going to die here. Maybe me, with my big 6 hit points. So I'm thinking if we're not that far back from the door, if we're able to get back through the door and close it behind us, then at least we can regroup.
All right, let's go around and Chimes. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the going back to the door and like ambush.
Okay.
Idea.
Apologies. Before we deal with the cook, there is some kind of spells that bind their movement, right?
No,
bind his movement.
No, there was manacles that I used.
So it's not a spell. So it was like a.
No, it's just chains.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
All right, Tyrael, what do you think?
I think actually Steiger is actually a better choice.
To keep alive?
with my 6 hit point ranger.
How do you have only 6 hit points as a ranger?
Bad.
You rolled really badly.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
That's 3d8.
So you bring in your
at second
cleric,
level.
which, that's cool. You bring in your 2nd level cleric. He shows up. Yeah, that's a good point. And then Edmund, are you okay with that? Like fleeing and leaving Tyrael to be devoured, covered in holy water?
I heard there was an option for ambushing them.
Right,
we have to get out of
that's
here
part
first.
of it. We have to back up.
Okay, let's do it.
I mean, I'm not okay with that in principle, but I think we have to.
You throw
Oh my God.
holy water on Tyrael on his unconscious court. Now he's actually just paralyzed. No, he's unconscious. He got knocked unconscious. So you flee backwards, and they take the damage from devouring him, and immediately start to howl. You can roll for damage. I don't see any rule that tells me how that has to work. So this is an example. All right, so they take 4 damage. 7 damage?
7. 2d4.
Oh, let me look
I
at
rolled
this
a
real
4 and a
quick.
3.
3. Oh God. Okay, that killed them. I mean, your friend has been eaten. I'm going to use the bite attack and see if they can manage to roll a less than a 10.
That's it.
If I understand this correctly, that's what needs to not happen. I think because you're unconscious and prone, they get a +4. Actually, they just do. No, I think. I would do that. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's a matter of.
Oh well.
All right. The biggest thing is they need to not roll a 10 combined. Let's see here. Yep. And then we'll do this twice. There's 1. There's 2. He is dying and -3 hit points. He's got, what is that? So he's got 7, I think rounds left. But this, they have ripped out his flesh and he's bleeding on the floor. But they've ran into the walls and into each other and ripped their own throats out and just went wild as this holy water is.
All right. Well, let's go back to the door here and get something between us and the undead. That's pretty close. I think we can do that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then. What's required? Is it just, stopping the bleeding, essentially, like, bandaging? Or is there something more we have to do? Well, I guess healing spell.
Yeah. All right. You manage to get back here, close the door. Let me take a quick look, but if I recall correctly, yeah, you do have the healing spell, and that'll fix it right there. But apart from that, my understanding is that you can, so long as you get to someone, you are able to heal them. But in effect, with this module, it is the same as death, because they will need a full week to recover, and they can't do anything, and they have to walk out of here, and they cannot fight again. So, I suppose the question is, would you want to just send them on their way and have your backup join the party, or would you like to use your Cure Light Wounds on them?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
So you, let me kind of back up, describe what happened, and up till now is, he doused your friend's body in holy water, and I executed their bite attack. I exposed them to the holy water. They took the damage. It was a severe amount of damage. It literally killed them. Your friend, under the bite attack, did not perish, and you dragged him back, closed the door. You're back in this meeting room now. And the sounds, by the way, have died down. You don't hear any more growling sounds. You drag him back here. You stabilize him, stop the bleeding. He is unconscious and essentially worthless. And for the rest of this adventure, he's not going to be able to adventure anyway. Unless you use your Cure Light Wounds.
Oh yeah, I'll burn one. Yes.
Alternately, the other option is go ahead and let him exit play, and then have one of your backups come in. Have the cleric come in.
Anybody feeling adventurous and want to use one of those other potions that the or substances that the chef had? See if maybe it's
I was wondering about
healing...
that.
I don't know.
I mean,
Cure Light Wounds is probably a little bit more safe, but if you wanted to save the spell, that was the only reason I'm mentioning that.
Yeah.
Does
I-
Cure
I-
Light
can I
have
just
to
say
come
something?
back from?
and
Can I say
Cure
something?
Light have?
I feel like I'm like the meat that is getting marinated. You're jamming all sorts of like unknown substance into it.
I'll gladly use it because I've got extra slots for high wisdom, so I can.
Does the does Cure Light, does it have to come back from -4, or does it come back from 0?
So this is what I have. Unless I've got this wrong, but if you get them out of combat and stabilize them, my understanding is they go to 1, but then the effect is they stay in a coma, and then they take a full week to recover, and even when they come out of the coma, they can only just walk. They can't fight. They can't do anything for a full week. That's my understanding of it.
Oh, even after the magical healing.
No. I think if I think
okay.
if you do that, you would
Oh, I
come up
see.
from 1 hit point to whatever you healed them past. I don't think.
Gotcha.
And after all, why would you? You could just wait until they get to 1 hit point. I will check though. But in the meantime, the big decision here, I think, is do you want to have another character come in, or do you want to heal this character? Or do you want to experiment with the strange potions you found?
I know my choice.
I'll clarify. It does not specifically say. You could infer, because it says to naturally heal, a character recovers 1 hit point per day of uninterrupted rest. So it doesn't. However, and then of course you have a blood loss of 1 hit point per round unless stopped immediately in the same round that aid of some kind is administered. And then to me, it does not specifically say, though, kind of how they heal back. Like if it takes 1 hit point per day. I think that's a reasonable inference, but without it stating that, I'm not going to do it. I would be making an inference, so I'm not going to do it. So, that being
So
said,
there's
you're 1 hit point, basically. That being said, how many hit points did you get down to? -4 or -6?
-4.
-4.
Well, it was
okay.
-3 and then 1 round to get back, so -4.
Okay. -6 does things. Okay.
Now, there's actually 2 problems we have to solve here. One of them is we have an unconscious ranger, and the other one is that we have a paralyzed ranger.
Yeah.
Paralysis wears off after a time, though, right?
Yes, and I can roll that.
I don't know
right
if you
now.
rolled it, but I mean, I'm looking at the entry and the monster. So,
Oh,
but
what's the dice? Is it 2d4 rounds?
it says 3d4 turns.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So we're here for an
Oh.
hour, probably.
I mean, as much as 2 hours, because the turn is 10 minutes. So
10 minutes.
Yeah,
so
60 minutes. Then it's an hour. Yeah. So yes, you do have some problems here to think about, and you also have some, chaos that you left up above here.
that would be 70 minutes. If I mean, I rolled it unless you rolled it.
I rolled
as
it.
well.
I'll give you my
you did?
60 minutes since it's a
okay,
tad
60.
better.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Good. That's faster.
All right. Yeah. So what do you all do? You will have to decide soon as time is passing.
What are the colors
think-
of the potions that I picked up?
We're going to talk about the potions and I bet this will wake him up. Oh my gosh.
You have time to think
Is
about
there
it
a
now.
red one? There's a red one and a blue one. Which one do we do? Yeah, let's take a look at that.
We have a saying in China. It's called the poison will attack the poison. So basically, it's
Exactly.
too negative, make a positive.
That's great.
I
Okay.
believe.
What in the world? Okay. I said that there were 3 of the same color, right? And that were like
3 of the antidotes, 2.5 left.
Yeah. And then there
And then the red
were
and the
like a bunch of ones that were not the antidote, right?
Right.
Okay. Let me figure it out. I don't think, just as a starting point, I don't think anyone has the ability to determine what these are, right? I think the magic user in this game, you have to actually either cast Identify or take it to someone and pay for an identification, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, and I can do that tomorrow, but right now I have 1 spell left and it's not Identify. I do have the spell, though.
Gotcha. Well, let me see here.
And identify it, at least if I don't know if first or OSRIC is the same as the 2nd edition version, but it is not good in 2nd edition until you get to 6th level or higher.
It's not too bad. Oh,
You only have a 10% chance, or as a 2nd level, you'd have 20% chance, right? To discover
25, yeah.
25. Okay, up to discover up to 2 properties, I think.
Yeah.
Is that-
Here's something I think that the magic user would be able to suss out pretty early on. he was working with like basic ingredients to try to make something. The effects of these other things are byproducts or ingredients. That is to say, their effects would be random.
So basically, it's mix them all and then let's see what happens.
You could try to do that.
Oh, the potion thickens.
Oh
That's
man.
my cocktail.
Yeah.
First holy water.
Yeah, add some holy water in there just for good measure.
I think this is a horrible idea, but it is entertaining if you all want to try to do this.
I really don't mind. I really don't mind.
Now, are we going to hole up in this meeting room that we're?
Yeah, I think that's what we have to do.
Until I'm back in action.
Yeah.
I don't think we have much of an. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, dragging me through the basement back into the kitchen sounds like it's going to cause more problems if somebody comes looking for the cook and goes in there.
We did barricade the door going into the kitchen, so but yeah, I think you're right.
So, all right. So you are going to try to hole up in here. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it actually, I mean, it hasn't been that long. Just to sort of recap where we were, right? We came back through the window. We collected all the vials. We saw the stairwell. We went down the stairwell. We looked around a little bit. We found the secret door. We went through the secret door, came in here. We went through the door into the caverns. We lasted about 2 minutes before we had to run screaming back the other way and close the door behind us. So we haven't been down there for that long. But,
That's right.
you know, the hour we have to wait is going to be way longer than the time we've spent down here already.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like
if I could make
ahead.
a suggestion, like maybe we have the like thief can like sneak around and stuff, no?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, but it's just like like maybe like I don't know. While we barricade down here, like I don't know.
Oh, you want me to
maybe
scout?
Yeah, maybe scout around somewhere. I don't know. It's just something that I think, that pops into my head.
Yeah. Do you want to try to do that? Like move ahead, like reopen the door and kind of go ahead a little bit and.
Well, first let me try and listen, I guess. So hear some noise if I hear anything on the other side of the door.
Okay, give me a moment here.
And that's theoretically something you could do while you wait for me to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, let's kind of make use of the entire hour. That makes sense, right? To try to be as effective as possible. So, let's start with just the first turn. What you could listen. So, let me go ahead and resolve these. Let's see here. All right. And then I'm going to do your listen check. You listen at the door, and to your relief, you're absolutely certain you don't hear anything.
Okay. Well, I'm off with my 2 hit points.
Oh, you're going to go ahead. You're going to move ahead.
Well, yeah, that's what they wanted me to go scout.
Oh,
so I want to see if I can.
You want to scout?
No. I was just making a suggestion. Well,
meanwhile, let's say he does. All right. Meanwhile, though, what is everyone else doing in that the next 50 minutes? Other than
oh yeah, sorry. What happens to the potion thing? Are we trying it or like?
I'll take a look at that, but it will matter if suddenly someone opens the hatch and suddenly 10 people come down. So figuring out what is happening in the background is a good starting point anyway. So what is everyone else doing in the next 50 minutes? You know, just like keeping a lookout, trying to be quiet, or are you going to try to, what do you think?
So I think one thing I'm going to do, I want to pay attention to the hatch above. I do have vials of oil. I'm not going to use them yet, but if I think that someone's going to start coming down the stairs, I'm going to like try to cover a couple of the rungs of that ladder with some oil. Hopefully, get a bit of surprise or a bonus on attack, but when they fall to the bottom of the stairs or to the bottom of the ladder.
And you're an elf,
That's
right?
sort of a yes.
60 feet of infravision?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. So yeah, you do that. You cover this, and then let's see. Edmund, what are you doing?
I'll just wait and take care of the people that are down.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you kind of get a casualty collection point up here with the other two people. Meanwhile, Chimes. All right, so back to Chimes. We'll figure out. Do you want to scout ahead?
Yeah.
All righty. Let's go ahead and resolve that. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, Chimes, how injured are you?
I'm not.
Like, do you need one of?
That's just his hit
it
points.
That's just my hit points.
I don't know why it does that. It's because it shows that is like his maximum possible hit points for some reason. I don't know why that's valuable information, but that's what that indicates.
All right. Never mind.
For some reason, it says he can't have more than 5. Do you have a minus to your constitution or something? Maybe.
What was it? Constitution 5, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Yep. All right. So we'll figure out Chimes here. All right, Chimes. So you get back to the same intersection. And let me give you your dark vision too. Dark vision for 60 feet. There we go.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you're only going to be able to see. Actually, I want to give you infrared because I think you have infravision. I think is it like this? Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I'd like to make that red. It is infravision in this, right?
Yeah, it's infravision.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh.
All right. Okay. So, which way would you like to go?
I'll go that middle route.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that I have my lucky soft boots, and I'm trying to be as sneaky as possible.
Okay.
Do I hear any of the growling going on?
You hear no growling. Roll a d6.
5.
You hear instead slithering. It sounds like it's going up a wall up ahead in this antechamber.
Okay. And what do I see? Is it just empty?
It appears to be empty.
No tracks or anything.
Yeah, just from where you are, you can see what the VTT shows there, which is kind of a sliver of the far wall. And of course, you only see kind of like vague shapes. You can't kind of make out fine details. But you don't see anything there or moving. The sound sounded like it was coming from a nearby wall.
Okay. I'll track back and go the way we were before.
Oh, this way?
Is it clicking for me? Yeah. That way.
Give me just a second. And your movement rate was at 120?
90.
Okay. All right. You make it back here, and you discover these are rather thoroughly dead. They just look like, white, pallid, rotted bodies. They don't seem to have anything of value on them.
Okay.
And then there's a passage here, and there is a passage here, and also.
If I may, can we briefly check their necks?
I want to throw this out too. In this style of game, I'm okay with like a picaresque style. Basically, there's no metagaming, and I'm cool with that. No. It's okay. It's okay. This is totally valid. I want to present this just to make sure. I didn't ask about this. So on one hand, classical gaming, you just talk. You come to a riddle. You just talk about it. Every player can contribute. That's totally fine. Alternately, if you all want, we can do like a more immersive role play thing. We're like, oh, you're not here, and and all that. So which one would you all prefer on that? I just want to make sure. Usually, the modern assumption is you just have to do that. Oh, you're not here, you can't talk. But actually, I mean, I'm down with that. Like, I'm actually down with. Hey, it's a puzzle. Everybody, just if you're having fun, throw something out. So I'm down with either. What do you all think? Both are fine.
Yeah, I'd rather keep everybody involved as much as possible.
And an advantage of that is we can have situations like this, and people can be like, "What if you did this? What about this?" And it's just more picaresque, though, right? Like it's less of an immersive thing and more of a chessboard. That's the trade-off. Is that what everybody would prefer? The other way is totally valid too, because then you get to kind of get into your character. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do this for now. Yeah. Go ahead, please. What was your suggestion about their necks?
So yeah, I was thinking about necks, and then can we tell their sex? Can we tell their before they change, was it or are they now all unified aliens?
Right. No, yeah, great question. Some things are really obvious to Chimes when you come up to them. Chimes, these are formerly people, that something has happened to them and they've changed. They're just naked. Some look like maybe they were women, and some like a couple look like men. Maybe one of them has like the bone structure of a woman, but their features are not just androgen, but basically, rotted. So like it's these were people, and something awful happened to them. And there's nothing valuable on them. Yeah, and
no
there's
lacerations.
No lacerations, no puncture marks on their necks. That's right.
Okay. Then I'll move past them to. There we go. This way.
Okay. 30. Okay. Whoops. Okay. I'll describe what you see here. This is a bone-littered room. It looks like they have been surviving on rats here for a long time. There are also human bones amongst the, or humanoid bones amongst the filth, and it smells horrible. This is their nest. But otherwise, there's nothing of value here. You can kind of see the piles of bones. It's not like there's like a pile where you can like sift through it or anything. It's just all just crap on the floor. And that's all that's here. Just bones.
Okay. Can I go? Can I easily, or is it a challenge to go to this wall?
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Okay. Can I listen to see if maybe I can hear the other side?
Let me see what this is. I will need that for a second. Okay. You go here and you check the wall. This wall is solid. So,
Solid. Okay.
no, I'm wrong. The wall is solid, but
Cardboard.
well, you're able to sense that there's a passage on the other side, but it's stone. Yeah.
Okay. And no sound or anything, just no scurrying. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think, yeah, I'll go down this one pathway. It'll be the last one. I think I'll check and then I'll head back. Be right back.
All right. Let me get you to here, and then there's a couple of things that you're going to note. Let me,
whoa.
Ooh.
let's do this. Roll a d6. And what'd you get? 2. Oh, are you carrying a torch or anything?
No, just infravision.
Okay.
All natural.
Right, and then I need one other thing. All right. Everything's fine. Never mind. Okay.
Phew.
There's a very narrow passage here that goes on to the edge where you can't make anything out off in the distance. And then there's this antechamber, or the smaller cavern room here that it's about what is this? It's about 25 feet across. But the really important thing is that you can see something in this chamber here, set against the wall.
Something like it is. Oh.
You see a statue set against the wall of this chamber. It has a human face. And it's an extremely authentic carving of whatever it's made out to be. It's very realist and lifelike. It looks like it's been carved from ivory and by a master craftsman. It sits on a stone dais. This thing would be worth a tremendous amount of money. It is probably weighs a ton, 10 tons. It is huge and heavy.
Wow.
And yeah, and then you can see skeletons in here, all littered about the base of the statue.
All right.
And now with that, I'm gonna skip back to everybody else.
Yep.
And I'll get back to you in a second. So meanwhile, back here, in the room, that's weird. Oh. I guess I have to get rid of him. That's weird. There we go. Another 20 minutes passes. Tyrael is awake at this point, but like moaning in pain and in very bad shape and essentially useless as it stands currently. Unless he were to get healing, he's going to be of no help at all, including not able to act in combat.
Yeah.
Nothing happens above this. You hear nothing at the hatch. You don't hear any movement. You don't hear any movement through the secret passage that you opened. 20 minutes pass and nothing happens.
So I'm starting to think that we should just heal the poor guy. I mean, we can feed him random potions if we want, but I think that's fraught with peril. If we
I'll
do
heal
get
him.
ambushed down here,
I'll heal him if he wants to.
But after you used it, so you have to take another day, right?
And
no, you've got 2 healing potions. or 2 healing spells?
I have 3 out of 4 slots.
Oh, okay.
And I also
Yeah,
want to clarify, you know, I didn't mean to make it sound like this is a permanent decision. It is a module, so I'll say you all have the characters you have. So if you're, I like the idea that you could win or lose. I prefer that. But you know, Chris, if you want to just swap this character out after you, if you all make it out of here, you can do that. You can use your second character if you prefer. So you could take some healing and, you know, and then if you want to change your mind later, I don't want to make that sound like it's permanent.
I'm just want to say I'm enjoying everything, so I actually don't mind. But like I'm just trying to think tactically because there's like you guys after the I think it's Stargar after Stargar goes back to normal, like you guys can carry on, right? So maybe that healing spell is going to be quite useful. So I'm leaning more towards let's try the vows. Let's try it.
Okay. he
awesome.
So actually let's resolve the really
to consciousness.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
No.
So I return to consciousness and then I reach for the vows. Give me.
All right. Okay.
I need one last. Yeah, give me the last one last drink.
do you drink all of them?
Well, let's start with
I
one.
wouldn't let him. I'm not there.
Let's start with one.
Okay.
Let's start with one.
All right. Let's
see what happens.
Let me describe the vials, and then you can pick your poison.
All right. Let's have some. All right. Let's see.
Informed decision.
Okay. Before I do, it's like does anybody with like really good senses so like we can smell it first?
Anybody could probably smell it equally, but you got an elf. I mean, yeah. Yeah, and actually that yields some information if you have the elf smell it, so that's a good idea. Two of them smell foul, like really foul. So
let's do that last.
Okay. One of them does not have a scent. It is odorless, and it has a kind of a creamy, pale, gentle sky look to it. It gently bubbles anytime it's moved. And then the other one that does not have a bad smell is a viscous. I lost it here. A viscous kind of off-white ivory kind of color. It looks like yeah. And it doesn't bubble or anything. It still moves freely in the vial, but it's just more viscous than the other one, which is just almost like the consistency of water. These are the only two that don't smell bad. And this one actually smells really nice, like flowers.
Well, as the guy who's got to drink them, I think he gets to choose.
All right. Let's take the odorless one first. I don't trust things that smells nice right now.
You're gonna do the odorless one?
Yep.
Okay. Moment.
You guys ever play Rogue or NetHack where you have to test potions by drinking them randomly?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's you know, yeah, that's how you do it in an OSR game. It's like, well, put the ring on your finger, see what happens.
Yep. Let's see what happens.
All right. Nothing happens.
Ooh. Okay.
Did it have a particular taste? Would you have noticed a taste, or was it odorless and tasteless?
It tasted like a slightly brackish water. Otherwise, no.
Okay. All right. Next one. Let's try the smell nice one. Let's try the nice smelling one.
What a darn shame that you wasted this on this Joker. Y'all could have used
What?
this. You get 11 hit points.
Oh.
And all of a sudden your heart rate goes up and your blood starts pounding in your ears and you feel like your heart's going 4 times faster. It probably is. And your veins pop out on your neck and you kind of get blurry vision and you feel dizzy and then you feel better.
Oh.
Well, welcome back.
Oh. Okay.
Which
So
potion
again,
was
like-
it?
Yeah. It was
The one that smelled nice.
Yeah, it smelled like it had an herbal scent. It was a viscous kind of, not like thick viscous, but I don't know, like a soup that was kind of off-white.
A chowder.
Yeah,
So he got back 11 points out of his maximum 5. Is that right?
that's right.
I got
Excellent.
the maximum was, I think, is 6.
6.
Yeah,
Okay.
my maximum hit point is like 6. It's the hit point that we roll with
Good
make
call
when you
on
make the
smelling
character,
them.
right?
Good call on smelling them because you could have
Yeah.
you could have got the you could have got one of the other two. I was going to see if you got those. You still have them, I
Right.
guess. Meanwhile,
Okay.
your Chimes here.
Okay.
Let me
I'm back.
fix him. Back again. Vision.
Well, I just wanted to go back to the rest of the group at this point.
Oh. Let me resolve that with some rolls here. You know the way back, so we won't go through that, but it takes
Right.
these. Okay. Okay. All right. You make it to right here. And I'm going to give you your stuff back here. And roll a d6, please.
Roll the 1.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Gosh. Okay. At least you didn't roll a 2. Give me a second. I got to do some math. Okay. And you said you're trying to, well, no, you didn't say that. You just said you're using your soft shoes.
Yeah, I said I was trying to be quiet and use my soft shoes. Yeah.
Indeed. Okay. Something falls from the ceiling. And
I keep going.
no, this happens before that. Yes. It curls around you.
Uh-oh.
Is this a snake?
I know.
How many hit points do you have? 2?
2.
This gigantic thing curls around the tiny and yummy Chimes and drags him off into the darkness.
Oh,
You do not even hear a muffled cry as it covers his mouth.
I did die silently. Who called it earlier?
Oh no.
Oh no.
50 minutes passes. Chimes never returns.
Did you say 15 or 50?
50.
Okay. So does that mean Stygar's back with us?
Not
It's
yet.
supposed to be
You have 10
total
more
of
minutes.
60.
Yep.
So 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes. Yeah, so you have one turn. Stygar is paralyzed. Is there anything that you want to do? Nothing. You still don't hear any noises coming from the hatch or from the wall or from the door.
Okay. Question. So my two-hand sword is useless in the tunnels, right?
I can make sure.
That I can't use my two-hand sword.
I'm pretty sure you have to have a full grid to be able to use a two-handed sword.
Yeah.
Okay. Roger that.
Yeah, because if the walls are only 5 feet across, I mean, you can barely use a real, a sword normally. You can't swing it very much.
Can I go stabby with it? Like you treat it as like a polearm?
I will say no, but you
Roger
can
that.
check me on this if you look at the rule and it's not in here and I'm wrong. This is me reading AD&D a while back and applying it to a different game. So if I'm wrong, let me know.
It's okay. I'm just throwing
I
stuff out there.
actually can't find it in the combat section. It may be in the weapons section. I'm not going to look for it right now, but I think that it's if you can stab, you can have like 3 people. They can occupy one grid. If you don't, you can have 2 in a 5-foot space, or I'm sorry, 2 in a, or maybe it's a 5-foot space if you have small blades. But if you have a large weapon like a great axe or a two-handed sword, you have to have a full grid. That's what I recall. Okay. Anyways.
Roger that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a clarification here. If you have a 10-foot wide dungeon corridor, 3 characters may walk abreast. Although if any are wielding larger weapons, such as flails or two-handed swords, this may be reduced to 2 characters or even 1. That's 10 feet across.
Okay, this is really good. Does it say nothing else? About
characters in the second rank.
This is good.
They only
Okay.
attack long weapons.
This tells me that my rule is a bit too restrictive, actually, and that essentially, it's if you have too big of a weapon, you might have to, only. But otherwise, it doesn't matter if you have a short sword, a long sword, or a spear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you have a spear, you can attack from the second rank.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing else in the this turn. Okay. So, give me a second. All right. Finally, an hour passes, and you're able to move again. You've been paralyzed this whole time, Stygar. You're able to move.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think paralysis. It's I'm conscious. I just
Right.
literally can't do anything. So, yeah.
Horrifying. So you're able to move again. Stygar's on his feet. Everybody's back up, but Chimes never returns.
Oh, do we need to go find what happened to our robust friend?
Yeah, way to go save our halfling.
Do you want to do that?
I concur.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
So what do we want to do differently this time? Because all that we did last time was walk down a hall and got attacked, and that set us back an hour. And
and so let's see. Speaking of an hour, torches burn for what? 30 minutes.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see. I think they burn for. I thought it was an hour, and then lanterns burn for 4 hours or something. Torch expended. Let's see. It happens on Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. It happens after an hour. So your torch will have gone out, and you'll need to light a new torch.
Okay.
And that torch will be 1 turn. No, it'll actually be halfway burned out.
Okay.
So how many? I guess we don't even know where that hatch goes, do we?
I don't think we do.
'Cause I have the beginnings of a crazy idea, but it relies on there being somebody on the other side of that hatch. But
Let's hear it. What is it that you're thinking?
I mean,
know-
I'm there, kind of.
the spirit of Chimes hovers around.
Yamil, we'll get you in. Get your next character ready for certainly your second character. But go ahead.
Well, just
We'll
if
get
there's
you in.
somebody up there, we're down here. To some extent, that's especially if we've oiled up the ladder. That's a bit more of a defensible position. If we were to set something, and we know that the basement, the storage room, wasn't often used, so they were coming down just in here, not from out there. Maybe they don't even know about that door. We were like to set a fire down here, and they go, "Oh my God, we have to go down and see what's happening in our meeting room." And then they hit the ladder and perhaps slip and fall down. But then we're down there. I don't know who it is we would take out. It's
We
just
go stabby.
we go stabby. We have an opportunity to kill people, but I don't know who it would be or how many there would be or how well armed they'd be. It would be a surprise. And maybe that's just something we want to do later on. But thinking about the opportunities of this particular room.
So we'll look at the specifics later, but big broad strokes here. Do you want to try to set up an ambush and lure someone down now, or do you want to do it later?
Nah, I mean, unless people are really into that idea, I think it's just something for later.
Okay.
I have something different. I really like that setting fire on things, because we have the torch is gonna run out, right? And we're gonna have no light.
Well, no, I mean we've got more torches. I mean,
Okay.
I'm down to 4 unburned torches. I'm currently on number 5 of 6.
And I've got 2
I see.
more and some
Okay.
candles.
So but maybe we can't, because the horde is really dark. So if we light this room, it will, and then we just go and hopefully create distraction, so that they doesn't eat our friend yet, and then come check us out.
Oh, that was like a half hour ago. If he hasn't been eaten, it's just because he tasted bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been 55 minutes or so since Chimes has been seen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So ambush possibly later. But there's this other idea of maybe trying to lure whatever maybe got Chimes out. But I guess, are you going to go try to find Chimes?
I mean, I think, I would be inclined to, since Chimes and the others, pulled me out instead of being ghoul bait. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm certainly appreciative of the camaraderie and would want to at least try to find what remains of him. If I don't know that we would assume the worst, but
Yeah, me too. I want to go find him.
No, that's fine.
Oh man, did I not? Adventure's not in play. 40 winks. Okay. Do you want him to come in right now?
If you want.
Okay, so here's what happens. This door actually opens. A wizard shows up. Absolutely.
Fly, you fools!
Yeah, absolutely terrified. And this wizard will tell you, if I could speak for your character only briefly,
Sure.
the wizard will tell you that people dragged him. Is it her? 40 winks or him?
Oh, it's a dude. Yeah.
Okay.
him.
40 weeks. This dude got dragged down here by someone and tossed in here, and has seen all kinds of crazy things and played dead, and managed to survive for a while. He recently heard people come down here. I'm sorry. Recently heard people come down the passage. You're easily able to surmise that was you. Heard fighting and growling noises, and it's basically like that movie, The Descent, where like these like things can see in the dark and are calling past. And 40 Winks has just been trying to like freeze and survive, and hasn't eaten in like 2 days. And yeah, so he got tossed in here and managed to basically play dead for 2 days, and it worked. And then after the snake devoured the halfling and he heard a squeaking noise, that was enough. Lost his nerve and morale and ran screaming, ran into you all. And that's where you are now. Now, there is one data point that 40 Winks can give you, which is that there are people in this tavern that are collecting people. And in the case of 40 Winks, tossed him into this place.
Oh, wow.
Did they toss him into the outhouse like we did the cook?
Yeah, they dragged him down into this meeting,
through this, okay.
Opened this door, tossed him in here, and closed the door. Okay, so now
What's
you're
above? Well, so we'll just immediately start treating him as if we've known him the entire time.
Wait, you
offer
guys
him
throw
some
people
food.
into outhouses?
Long story. Give him some food.
Yeah, but we have good reasons. We're,
It was in self-defense.
What's above? You came down through the hatch.
Yes, you would have. Yeah. Okay.
What's up there?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. It got me. All right. Yeah. You. So here's the thing. Then, 40 Winks, you were in this tavern. Maybe you were a traveler. I don't know why you're here.
Sure.
But at some point, you were in your room, which is on the second floor, and someone came in your room and knocked you out or something. But you just remember blanking out and being dragged, and that's what you remember. But that's the last place you. That's the last place you were at. Was in your room on the second floor.
Ooh. My review is getting worse and worse for this place.
So I think we could surmise that that was what was in store for us had we gone to
I think
sleep.
so.
Yeah.
I think that's a reasonable inference. So.
All right. So you guys are going to go try to find your halfling friend? In fairness, it is a reasonable thing to imagine that he's been eaten by the sliding sound noises that are down here, because he's been gone an hour. But you can also go find him.
I mean,
and you
I think your friend is dead.
You don't know what he saw.
experience.
So just to clarify, Chris, although you can, as players, you can try to problem solve together and play the game together. Fictionally, these characters do not know what Chimes saw, right? So they don't know about the statue or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I don't. I would want to talk to the group and see. Do we want to at least go find him and not leave him here so that or do we want to keep exploring just to see what else is down here, even if we don't find him?
You've been. So I'm asking 40 Winks. How extensive are these? You've been down here for a couple of days. You've been hiding, playing dead. Do these caverns go on forever? Do these tunnels go on forever? Or did you run into other doors? Or could he provide any additional information about the layout of what's on the other side? He's an elf as well, so he's been able to...
He essentially has seen what you all have seen, which is that there is at least a passage that goes down and then terminates. But then there are other passages he hasn't seen.
Okay. Can that be the reason for the in-world reason for why we know what we've seen already? Because he's able to tell us that much.
I think he means the path that we initially took, not the not Chimes' little scouting trip.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, no. No. 40 Winks knows what the party knows, and then the fact that just beyond that is their nest. So you know that
Okay.
much. You all were interdicted and stopped in that passageway. 40 Winks knew that they had a nest. Otherwise, 40 Winks knows what you all know.
I mean, I'm here to find the source of whatever evil is
All right.
affecting this town. So I'm
Let's do
Well,
it.
clearly
let's think
there's
about
something evil here.
let's think about that though for a sec, because this is how they're disposing of people, it seems, which isn't necessarily going to get us closer to the answers. It's
Okay.
just getting us.
That's a good point.
The thing is, like, we don't have information. Like, we don't have information. I mean, I'm all for charging in and killing the snake. Take revenge and stuff. So, but
Well, let's bring it to
I'm not sure.
a big vote, because that's an idea. Let's go around the table. So, at the top of the table, Stygar. Actually, first of all, 2, 3, 4. Where is 40 Winks? Let me bring 40 Winks up. Okay. Stygar, do you want to explore and figure out what's down here, or do you want to go on the hypothesis that it's probably not worth the risk?
I think I'm more leaning towards the exploration, although I do like the idea that this is more of a disposal than probably the actual source.
Okay. So exploration, Taroniel, what do you think?
I think that, I mean, we might find some stuff down here, but I don't think we're going to find answers down here necessarily. And we've got the rest of the inn. We've got those 2 doors from the basement we haven't looked at. We've got the whole of the outdoors. We have to get out of here. That's a different problem. But I kind of feel like this is danger that we don't need to undertake quite yet.
All right. Caution. Tyrael, what do you think?
Can we ask what's 40 Winks things first?
Yeah. What do you think, 40 Winks?
How do you feel about this place?
Yeah, I just spent a couple days in that hallway, so I kind of want to go back the way up back and get some revenge on the folks that put me in a hole for 2 days.
All right. Edmund, what do you think?
This place needs to be cleaned.
Ah, okay. So it's tied. Tyrael, you're the tiebreaker.
I don't want to amend my answer. Well, only in this sense that I might want to explore, but there's also those 2 doors in the basement to the west.
Let's do that first. No big deal. Yeah. But yeah, let's.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm assuming you're going to close this door. And then let's see. Go back. Let me measure this. 30. Whoops. Sorry. 30, 50, 80. Okay. By the time you get right here. All right. You're at the base of the stairs. There is a path to your right and one to your left that have doors. Which do you want to check out?
North.
Okay. You come to a door. What do you do?
And we don't have a thief anymore, right?
We don't have a thief anymore.
Okay.
Chimes, where are you?
Although I believe that came up in another game, but you can still listen and search for traps, I think. It's just you don't get any of the bonuses for it.
I mean, I think we should at least listen to the door.
Okay.
How about
Are any of the
we've
races?
got 2 elves.
Do y'all do it better than humans? I'm guessing.
Well, you hear nothing after you spend some time listening.
I'm gonna try and open the door
Okay.
full-heartedly, but
You open the door. On the other side, a dozen kegs and casks of various sizes are kept here. It has a dirt floor, and the air is damp and chilled. You can also see that there are stairs that go up here, but they are barred and locked from the inside.
And we didn't see any kind of cellar on the outside when we kind of walked the perimeter, did we?
No, but I don't think we completed the rat path. I don't think we made it all the way around.
I don't.
We got to the kitchen.
That's what I recall as well. I could be. You know. It's that this thing started going haywire before that happened, if I recall. Yeah.
All right. That's.
We're easily distracted.
All right. Well, I think for the time being, we don't unbar it. Let's go check the door to the south. But let's make a note that this may be our getaway.
Okay. What do you do at the door?
I think we should try and listen to see if there's anything on the other side.
16. You listen, you hear nothing.
Okay. Then I think I would open the door. Yeah.
Okay. You open the door. This one has a wooden floor, and there are stacked here crates and boxes. And that's all you see in this room.
Is there any label on them or anything to indicate what might be in the crates and or boxes?
Yeah, absolutely. Greyhawk Free Trading Company is stamped on it, and there's like stuff from various cities and things. You can tell that there are beans and foodstuffs and grains and millet. There is just from looking on the outside, a large box of dried beans. Some of them you can tell are cases of flour.
Since there's a wooden floor here, we can, and somebody else can do this before I do this, but when we get a chance, I'm going to search for, as an elf, secret or concealed door.
Okay.
And that's kind of what I was suggesting is like, could we like move the stuff that's on the floors out of the way to see maybe if there's something underneath the floor?
Does everybody do this?
I think we want to be careful and quiet and maybe close the door behind us. Oh.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Give me just a second. Fascinating. You spend some time, everyone searching the room. You lift boxes very quietly. You're certain that you're quiet. And you look around underneath the boxes. You don't find any hatches or secret compartments. You tap the floor. You search the room. Everybody does this. And you're sure you're quiet, and you close this door. And after about 3 or 4 minutes or so, you hear creaking as somebody comes down the stairs. And they are, they say, They call out. Oh, Snigrot! Snigrot, are you down here? Are you slacking against Snigrot? And then... And you hear creak, and then you hear tapping on the stone floor. And someone is walking around outside now.
Does the voice sound like one we would have heard maybe in the tavern before, or not?
Not at all. You haven't heard this voice.
All right.
Because the last time somebody called for Snigrot, Chimes went "Brr," and threw a spoon at the door or something.
Now,
if it's not the same person, I don't know if that'll work again.
Can we like kidnap him and get some information out of him?
Yeah, I mean, I think if he comes through the door, as elves, we have like a 4 and a 6 chance. Well, when alone, we have a 4 and 6 chance of surprise. But I think if he comes by, opens the door, we yank him in here, I think we got a good chance of surprising him. And
oh, we can make some sounds. Get him to think we're in here.
Well, especially if he thinks it's Snigrot.
Yeah.
Then he won't be expecting anything.
And Ranger got a chance to surprise people too, right?
Yeah. Maybe like I don't know. I mean, burp or yawn or some noise that sounds like that dirty cook would make.
Sure. Snigrot, you can't hide in there, you malingerer. And he comes up to the door. And you are going to try to ambush him. Is that the plan? And then maybe do a
I've got
subdual.
rope handy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say...
grapple.
Yeah, like basically like pull him in as soon as he opens the door, and we can... Yeah. And then decide whether we need to cut him up or
We know that they haven't found Snigrot yet, though.
Yeah.
All right. It's astonishing that this is... I should fix that. Grappling. Well. Yeah, no, I'm going to need it. Unarmed combat. Grappling attack. Successful grappling attack inflicts a certain amount of damage and also restrains the target. Breaking should be determined according to relative strengths. Overbearing attacks exercise the end of a charge. That's like tackling somebody. Okay, so the first thing is to see if he's surprised. You are obviously not surprised. I'm going to do this one in the open. And you said as a ranger you could affect this on perhaps a 1 to 3?
I surprise on a 1 to 3 on D6, yeah.
All right. He is surprised for 2 segments as he opens the door, and you're able to act for 2 segments. What do you do?
I'm gonna make a grappling attack to pull him in.
You gonna like tackle him?
I get. I mean, I don't know if that's overbearing to like if we can pull him in and kind of throw him to the ground, tackle him, and then I guess that would be an overbearing attack.
Can I like use
close the door behind him?
Actually, no. I'm sorry. It is grappling. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can close the door right away in 1 segment. That's no big deal. And then, what were we gonna say, Chris?
I was gonna say like use the back of my hand axe to like knock him out or something.
That'll be subdual. But if you want to, if you want to, anyone that wants to try to grapple him, go ahead and roll your attack. See if they can do it. Also restrains. Let's see.
Did I hit AC 6?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Yeah, you do 1 point of damage. And see, you don't have to do subdual if you don't want, but I should have asked what everyone is doing. That's what I should have done. But with this, 40 Winks and Stygar, you're able to grapple him and pull him in just as you described. And he takes 1, and then 40 Winks, could you roll your grapple damage as well? Three or 2. Okay, so you don't kill him in the process. That's the question.
Oh.
Okay.
Then can I not subdue him then?
You could, and I should have actually asked at the top around what does everyone do, and then just let it play out. But if you do that, you could just kill him. You could end up accidentally killing him.
Yeah, so I don't want to do that.
But anyways, you get what you want out of this. In one segment, you all restrain him, pull him in, and close the door. What do you want to do next?
I've got rope. Let's at least bind his hands behind his back or something, and push him to sit down on one of the boxes. Yeah.
All right. You do that. You have tied him, and he starts yelling, "Hey, help me. They got me. There's a bunch of, I bet they're the law. I bet they've come from the barony. Hey, fellas," and he's yelling as loud as he can.
I mean, if there's like literally, if there's like a piece of fruit in one of these boxes, it's easily like to just jam it in his mouth so he can't,
Quick, grab the chorizo of silence.
Let's see here.
You make a delicious attack.
Mango of mute.
What the? Oops. Okay, get my stuff mixed up. Gosh dang it.
If there isn't, can I like use my like hand as a bar to like put it in his mouth?
So
use the handles like jam it in.
I'm gonna go with he is surprised for 2 segments. So I'm gonna say that you can do that. You can grab what's nearby, shove it in his mouth, and you have the option of flour, utensils, plates, grain, or dried beans.
Whoa.
What do you shove in his mouth?
None of those are really great options.
Well, I mean, can you really talk with a mouthful of flour?
So you just take it and slam it in his mouth like a ton of flour? It's like peanut butter? Nobody can talk with peanut butter in their mouth.
Any better preferences? I mean, I'm not.
Well, no. Stagger, you said you announced this, so you do it. Okay, flour. Bam. This gives you enough time. He starts choking. But he'll be okay. I can't imagine. Yeah, I think he's just going to be okay. And then presumably you're working then right after that. The combat ends. He is restrained. You're going to have to find something to shut him up with, and you do. You take some cloth or whatever. Okay, so he's restrained with rope, and he's quiet now, and the door's closed. What do you do next?
So put a knife to his throat first, and then take out what's stopping him from speaking, just like in the movie.
Give him some water from a wineskin so that he can, kind of like wet his whistle.
But knife to the throat first. I mean,
if you don't want to end up like Snagrot, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are you, and why are you looking for, Sniggerot?
Does anybody have a modifier to their charisma for, let's see here, reaction adjustment? Does anybody have a high reaction adjustment?
Edmund does.
Edmund, what is your reaction adjustment?
+5.
Okay. I think 40 Weeks has a 15.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, mine is also +5.
Okay. With a +15 to the reaction adjustment, he's reticent and slow, but he doesn't start yelling. And what was it you asked him?
Who he was, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I had asked him who he was and what is he looking for Stygar for. I mean,
Snake rot.
Sniggerot.
He'll tell you that. The name's Crunk. Sniggerot, he's our cook. He's gone missing. And now look, we don't want no trouble. Just, there's some powerful people that run this establishment. If you just give us Sniggerot, be on your way, maybe we work something out, get you some money in it, no big deal. They could just be on your way. You don't have to ask any questions. We don't have to ask any questions. We can work this out.
Were you one of the people that threw me down the hallway in the cave?
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's nothing personal.
Okay. I like how you were honest.
Look, it's just business. Hey.
Tell me, what's your business then?
Well, we provide security services for this town.
Okay. And
Who's that?
how was I a threat? I was just asleep.
Oh, you look like
Hence the name 40 Winks. That's what I do.
that was our assessment, a security assessment, and we apologize for the mistake that we made. Look, we'll make all this right. You said your name's 40 Winks. We'll get you some money. What else would you like? We can set this right. Just let me go. It's fine. It's fine. I'll talk to the boys.
The boys, how many are you?
I don't know. I don't run things. Look, but I could get you.
Things?
Why don't you take me upstairs? We could talk to the boss. And
No, we can talk right here. Let's talk right here, right now.
I don't know anything. And
You got a bad boss.
at that point, I think.
I grab more flour.
Pretty sure. Yeah. He is unwilling to reveal anything.
Oh.
Sorry, my mic was acting up. This may turn dark, but I think he has too many fingers.
Well,
Well, that will make him louder.
Yeah, I would just say if you want to hit him, maybe go with the hand axe to the head with the if you want to do some duel, so he's less likely to scream.
There's no need. There's no need. Look, I cast command, and I say, answer.
Ooh. Civilized. I like it.
Does he get a save?
There's no save to command, I don't think. Oh, if he's got a intelligence of 13 or more.
That he doesn't. Okay. Yeah, he answers the question, which was how many. He says. Now, I think command is just one question, though, isn't it?
It's one word, in fact.
One word.
Yeah. So
And the last question I asked was who was the boss? Remember it?
I'll make you a deal. I'll let you, so you only ask one question with a one-word answer. What would you like to ask him? And this would be, of course, Nostromo. What would you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think it's the command is one word, and the word I chose is answer.
The spell you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. I think if we ask him a question, he should respond, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I think it's only one response. He'll only obey, I think, one command. It's not like Charm Person. So if you only ask him one question, what would you ask him?
Do we want to know how many in his security group, or do we want to know who's the boss? I think
I think
those are the two questions we want answers to. Let's pick one.
What do you think, Nostromo? What one question would you like to ask him?
Who is in charge, I'd say.
Give me a moment. He looks at you and just blurts it out because you... What does it look like when you do command? Like, how do you do that?
I'd say I just point at him and ask.
Yeah, you do.
Forcefully.
Yeah, you do that, and like all of a sudden he just like goes like this, and he immediately answers, and he says, "Priestess Misha Devi."
How does he, having answered that, what is the look on his face? Does he surprised that he answered that?
He is horrified and shocked, and he says, "You gotta get me out of here. Or maybe just kill me."
Up at the temple? I just say, she's up at the temple.
Will you get me out of here? I'll tell you, I'm not gonna live, but there's worse things than dying here. You gotta get me out of here, or at least you gotta kill me.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him. So like when you say things are worse than dying, do you mean like those creatures that we encountered in the tunnels under here? Is that the ghouls?
You saw that, huh? It can be worse than that. I'll tell you what you want to know. You gotta promise to get me out of town.
I mean, I think this is fair, but you're going to answer every question. You're not going to lie, because you already know that you can't.
I only know what I know. I ain't lying. I ain't in charge. I don't know what tricks you got, but Priestess Devi, she is the priestess of the temple. Something changed. It went wrong.
How long ago?
Month, 3 months now. A season. Group of us lads, we were hired. But the lads, they started changing too. When, your friend is taken away, they take him away for 2-3 weeks. They come back one by one. They don't remember the same things. They repeat themselves. They don't make any sense anymore. They're not them.
Is the priestess still at the temple?
She is.
How can we get him out of town without everybody knowing he's fleeing town, if we want to do that?
I mean, so far there doesn't seem to be any. I mean, it doesn't really feel like he has he doesn't seem to have it in him to be, guileful, particularly at this point. So do you believe him that he's going to run and stay running?
I want to ask him one last question.
He'll answer that for you. He'll say, "Get me to the wood line, to the weird hermit's house. Just get me to the woods. I don't care what's in those woods. I know there's monsters in the woods around Orlane. I don't care. It's a better way. I'll make my way to the road. I promise I will not, by the gods, I promise I will not come back. And I won't say anything to anyone. I just want out of this place."
One more, another question. Do you know how to get into the temple?
Well, it's the biggest building in this whole place, and the doors are wide open. I don't know why you'd want to do that, stranger. There's some awfully...
You know what I mean. I'm looking for the secret passage.
I don't know none. I don't think they need one.
I see.
Okay, well, let's put a pin in this right now. We've got 7 minutes left in our session here. We had a couple of different options. We can stay down here, keep exploring. We can get out of here, get that guy to the tree line. That also gets us to the tree line and leaves us in a position to watch what's happening from a distance. I don't think, obviously they're not on high alert. He didn't come down here, he came down here of good, not good intentions, but, of normal intentions, which makes me think we can probably make a run for it and get out of here if we're careful.
Agreed.
Do we want to use the cellar that's barricaded right now as sort of
he'll actually say, yeah, we should do that. Get me to the wood line. I'll undo the lock on the cellar door. Just get me out of this place.
And he was not carrying any kind of weapons or anything, right? He.
Well, yes, actually, he does. Oh. Yeah, he has a hatchet and a knife.
Okay.
But he didn't come down brandishing it or anything.
No, he was looking for the other
Yeah.
dude.
Okay. Because he's providing security, so, he does have a weapon. Okay, that's fine. I think we should, I think he might not be 100% honest, but I think he is sincere in that he wants to get out of here. I do believe that's absolutely true. He's fearful. So I think helping him get to the wood line is...
Okay.
All right. You make it here. I assume that you bind him in a way that works for you, and you're able to get him to move and everything. And you get to this door and the stairs, and you release him enough and under enough pressure and knife point to where he's able to work on the door but not escape. And you're able to unbar the door, and then he just takes out some big old iron keys and he removes a lock. It opens the door to the outside. Looking outside, it is still daytime in Orlane, and is in fact now later afternoon. And you don't see anyone immediately. Beyond the buildings, up the hill, from where this part faces the northeast side of the tavern, you can see the wood line several hundred feet off in the distance. And with that is where we'll end the adventure for the night. Mythic Mountains RPG is a private online play club that focuses on folk RPGs. Folk RPGs are the games that belong to all of us. They're what actually happens at a table between friends. It's their voice that has the authority on what is fun and what works for them. Weekly, we upload our games to allow others to sit in with us. The channel isn't monetized. We don't own the artwork, music, software, or games shown in these actual plays, and you can find links to their authors in the description. Like, subscribe, and share if you wish, or don't. Just like games in person, you're welcome to pull up a chair, sit in, and watch some of our games. No performances, no fancy equipment, just regular people playing folk pencil and paper role-playing games and having a good time. We hope these games will prove a source of enjoyment to anyone just wanting to listen in, anyone looking for examples of how actual groups run and play folk RPGs, and most importantly, if you haven't found your group yet, you're welcome here at ours.